Hey, welcome back to the channel today. We have some Titan PvP. I hope you all enjoy this video. It's a decent video. A lot of PvP, a lot of destroying groups, toxic groups, a lot of toxic people that just bring like double the numbers for us and stuff. But we get our sweet little revenge on some of these guys. These are just two Rexes though and a Sarah. And we were two Titans. And then my buddy was on his sty. He just wanted to play a sty, so he always likes his sty. And then we essentially see these guys getting jumped by these two Rexes and the Sarah, and we're like, okay. Because we thought the TT was with them, the Titan was with them, but we found out that, once they chased it off the cliff, that it wasn't. So we're like, oh, this is good. So we essentially were waiting for I was waiting for my buddy to roll up. I was just sitting there waiting. But please like, subscribe the video. It helped me out a ton. I know that working on editing, it's a lot of work though. So it'd mean a lot to me if y'all like and subscribe for sure. But this Rex comes over, he tries to be sly and tries to get me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I go up the other way, like, not letting that happen. And then there's my buddy on his sty. Here comes my friend on his Titan. There you go, steamroll these guys. A duel with Rexes is crazy. It's hard to kill. A 2v2 with Titans, it's hard to kill a dual Rex. A good dual Rex. They're hard. Because if they have like the quick bum break or even normal bum break, you just have to watch it, and if they get it on you, you're done for. They'll just both tank you and you're done. But I go over this, try to friendly this Titan. Thank goodness for skydiver. That's also why I like my Titan, is say I'm being chased by like crazy numbers, I can just jump off the cliff. This guy was solo. I took a lot of damage there and missed the cliff, but this guy was solo. So we team up with him since he was being jumped, and text him and go over real quick and wait, hey, help us with the Rexes. He's like fat, which is kind of funny. So it ends up just a random Titan being one of the guys who wants to fight him with us. So works out. We're able to have 3 of us, technically 4, counting the sty, but the sty really didn't do much. They just kind of whack the tails a little bit here and there, but I decided to get some stamina health because that got me to half. So I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, let's go in. So start heading up the ramp. We see them. They know at this point that they're kind of cooked. With 3 Titans. Even then, they put up a really decent fight. They're just so tanky, Rexes are. And then also, farther in the video, I got a few clips of me fighting a couple Rexes. Oh, I guess 2 Rexes solo. 2 separate videos, but same place. One, they're practically back to back, but yeah, here we go. Let's go. So we end up killing both the Rexes, dropping both. That was a good fight. The next fight though, the next clip is us, different server, different day, in Salt Flats up on the ridgeline. End up fighting the EO. I end up fighting EO and a Berta, and then a Hats. He tries to do something, but he was unsuccessful at killing me. And then I had, I think, one Titan with me. One of my other buddies on his Titan. This EO though, essentially, I did on my Titan. I had debuff, and this EO somehow saw me behind a rock that I was logged at. So he tail rode me for a bit, but I was able to get away. But he did a good chunk of my health. And I was like, I'm gonna have to stand my ground up here. And really, before even the fight gets started, he throws himself off the cliff, which is kind of funny. So, and Birdie does the same thing, but here we go. So at that point, we killed the Berta and the EO, so there was not much that Hats could do. So it was over. But imagine dying from fall damage twice from, I guess both of them died from fall damage, the Berta and the EO. But I thought that was kind of funny. But there was like one or two other EOs that just never came up. I don't know why they didn't decide to come help their friends, but they both died. And then this is a different day. We were up in Sav. I was questing. on my DAS for mail and ended up getting jumped. And our Rex ended getting jumped by. He also got jumped by. First, it was a DAS and a Rex, and we killed both of them. And then they ended up pulling back up with 2 Titans and a Rex to kill 1 Solar Rex. And luckily, I saw them coming in from. It was desolate way they came in with that. And I saw them coming in. Luckily, my buddy was able to dip out. And they chased me down and eventually killed me on my desk because they're stabbing me out. And then I fell off a cliff and that finished me. I had skydiver on my desk, but sometimes how far you fall is janky, so I ended up dying, fortunately, on my desk and switched my TT, which was Waystone up here. But they start running like little girls here because we have numbers that match them, and they didn't like that, so they had to dip. Eventually, we killed the TT. We killed their Rex. They get a couple of us. They kill a couple of us, though the Rex comes in when we're out of stam and kills us. And that was the TT's plan the whole time, because he still gets away, but he eventually dies later in the video. But this dude's actually getting demolished, and he does not want to fight us. He's like, oh no, they brought like numbers. They brought, oh no, they brought a Conk and an Arrow and a TT, and I think we brought a Bars. But Bars pretty far back there still. So I was like the only one on it. But yeah, there was like literally an Owl and a Conk, and they had a Rex coming too. So they got all scared. This is how most of these Discord groups are. Once you bring like anything even close to matching their numbers, they either gotta double it or they gotta flee. And that's what I've been seeing a lot of, and it's really annoying because you'll be like a duel or something, and then either like double the numbers will jump you or whatever. But essentially, this guy thought he could jump us with 3 Apexes, and we showed him that I'm not gonna let that happen. Can't let him do that. And I heard the Rex swimming, and here comes the freaking Rex. But this is stupid. Gets a bone break on both of us. Kills the Conk instantly. I'm like, what? I'm like, how? How did he kill the Conk like that? And then he just rides me. But yeah, and enjoy this. He eventually dies though. So, out of nowhere, here comes this DAS. He knows her well. They're on a Discord call, and they're like, oh, they're low. We just bought that Rex. Mars took a lit, like, he was lit from that Rex. He took a ton of damage from that Rex, unfortunately. He's a newer Bars player. I've made cars a lot, so I know how to work them. But he tried to take that Rex and took a lot of his health. He was like at a bar and a half. He was pretty low. So this DAS knows it. They know it. So I'm getting some stam. I'm low too. The Rex died though. He tried to swim. He got killed. But essentially, this DAS knows he's no. I think I could see my buddy Meatball, if I remember right. He was pretty low. I was scarred too, but I was healing pretty quick. I have the heal height on the TT. I think it's like the 20% healing height. But they're talking mad crap in global. So I put in their easy Rex. They weren't too happy. After we killed the rest of them, they don't say much in global, but they're not that good of players. They just have numbers usually. So he tries to kill this freaking gas goes in for my buddy, dude, and he knows he's low. And this guy, all his end goal is he doesn't really care if he dies. He just wants the bars dead. And I try to save my buddy here. He don't have sweep though. He has a different. He kills a buddy. I kill him though. And I'm like, well, I guess it's death for death. And then I'm over here chilling. I'm like, I should be fine. And then out of nowhere, to my right side, I see a freaking the TT that originally ran. Yeah, they're still talking smack. I'm giving it right back to him. Essentially, the TT comes back, the one that ran across the river like a little girl, across the lake, the pool. Comes back over and tries to fight me, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I look over, I'm like, I believe he was making noise and stuff. I'm like, oh, here comes this guy. Like, he wants to smoke. I'm like, I'm at half. I'm like, he can't be like much more health than me, to be honest. So I swim over and I get ready for this dude. He literally stamps himself out. Essentially, he runs from all the way on the other side of the lake, all the way around that water system, all the way over to me. I'm like, okay. So I just take my sweet time. I'm getting some stam, getting some health. I'm just letting him come because they're probably like, oh, he's super low. He can get killed pretty easy. And then they have Patchy and a baby kill that has been here the whole time. Pull up and try to help him, but I killed this TT before he has a chance to get help. So. So, yeah, we killed everything. They didn't come back. After we killed them all, they practically shut up and go over. I believe they actually left the server because, they lost everything. And they're pretty salty about it. But me and Birchwood was questing for Mill on my Titan. So I had a Solar Rex and decided to go for him. I'm decent on Titan, so I was confident I could take him. Rip ran meat though. From my viewpoint, the hats hit me with a peck, which I was already black barred and killed me, which is totally fine. But that was a really good fight. I should have paid attention to the call they buffed because they do 50% more damage with that. I probably would have been fine if I let that timer wear out for that buff, and then I probably would have killed him pretty easy. I just did heavy bites and run out, but got a little too thirsty and ended up paying the consequence. And then we were down in GV. There was another day we were down at GV. We bumped into EO and Amarga that I don't play in GV much because usually most of the time there's not much down there. And it's really far out of just the bottom of the map. And I don't see it hardly red at all, or anybody really plays down there anymore, except for questing. Is where a lot of the babies go. And then on top of that, it's just out of the way. And then we essentially bump into an EO and a Marga that were being really cheeky. Like, they're smart, but they're being cheeky. Just using they're hiding on an island in the middle of the lake, essentially. And whenever we tried to get there, the Margo would either use his tail just to throw us back, or they'd just swim away. And it was a pain, but we worked both these guys easily and got them pretty well. And they were like, "Oh no, we gotta go run." It was a very fair fight. Like, Amarga, I guess, gets chiseled by TT pretty easy, but the EO, they probably could have both took us if they did it right. But we attack his EO, and then the Mark comes in and tries to help. And then eventually Bars rolls up, which makes it a 3v2. But then we have another friend that shows up and helps us out, so it's a 3v3. And we kill all of them by the end of the video, so enjoy. So we end up killing the EO and the Marga, and then this Bars. Eventually kill it. He runs for a little bit, but that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. Helped me out a ton. Comment. Leave a comment down below if you all want to see like a certain I guess Dino played. A new video I'm gonna do, like the next one I'm gonna do is either gonna be a Picno or a Bars. I've been playing a lot of Picno lately, more than Bars. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will see y'all next time. See ya.